Tonight, the Boilermakers are back home to take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Certainly within his reach tonight. Here's Cox curling around for a deep 2, and it gets the home roll.
C.J. Cox has been a little bit quiet over these last 2 games. Only
Smith around the Clough screen looking for 3. Off the heel, and Tyson has it ripped away by Kaufman-Renn.
He has been a force on the offensive glass, and after the offensive rebound, then you get those stepping threes.
Only second in the nation in assists per game, hitting some threes. There's a steal. Smith to the other end, motoring to the rim for 2, and a 7-0 start for the Boilermakers. There's Tyson. And again, Crocker-Johnson for 3, and this time he hits with the shot clock winding down.
Well, had to take it, obviously. Been so active defensively to start this game.
Here's Tyson, good position inside. Count the bucket and the foul. And that's one way to get him involved in the
altering and blocking shots.
Here's Kaufman-Renn against Crocker-Johnson, who's already got 1 personal foul, and Kaufman-Renn goes right at him.
I just don't think you can get your guys to understand and give Nico Medved a lot of credit, because that Santa Clara game, it was going sideways. You finish that one good. There's the cutting. Durkin with a great cut.
And count the bucket. Wow.
Durkin, a very good cutter as well in his own right. Take a look at this. You get these guys overplaying. It's a back cut. And then with Jacobson, he's just taking that left hand. And even though he's getting to the right side of the basket, he's finishing across the grain.
Here's Braden Smith trying to answer, and he does.
I love the action, because a cross screen for Trey Kaufman-Renn is just...
Zips it into Grove, through the contact, count the bucket, and a foul on Benter.
Ball screen, then he's rolling. If you're Benter, you've got to be moving alongside that ball. He's thinking he's cheating back to his man. It was interesting. We were both with Colorado State.
Whoa, pass!
Oh, man, goodness.
Oscar Clough finishing it off. We saw Braden Smith do that. There's Clough working inside against Grove, who's already got 2 fouls, and Clough going to work against him, finds 2.
It's not a fair weight class fight there.
For the first time tonight. Cade Tyson cut. A really good find to get it to Reynolds.
But Purdue just not on the same page there with the side taking away cutters. There's nobody home for Purdue.
Nice feed. Speaking of passing, Kaufman-Renn to
same story.
Yep. Best player is your hardest worker. That sends the message to the rest of the group.
What a pass that was from Braden Smith.
Boilermaker defense.
Reynolds is certainly a guy that can do this, and I like the fact you get the matchup with Jacobson, you take him to the basket.
2-0 in December.
And the rebound ripped down by Osama. Good play to get his own back, and the 3 from Crocker-Johnson will fall in the scramble. Minnesota gets the 3.
Because of their success in the Big Ten, that just hasn't been the case.
If you want to beat Purdue, make sure Robbie's in the building.
Good
inside
cut.
and the cut to Durkin for 2. Here's Smith, 6 to shoot, dropping it off for Kaufman-Renn. Good touch from the free throw line.
Pocket pass is so impressive. I mean,
what impresses me, Rob, is the amount of control he has on that pass. As Crocker-Johnson hits again from 3, he's got all 3 of them.
Yeah, they've been playing offense, and even though his percentage is...
C.J. Cox was aggressive early, drops it off underneath to Jacobson, and Jacobson just bigger than everybody, and Crocker-Johnson with 2 fouls to boot.
But not an easy catch there from Jacobson. Saw he wasn't going to catch it or even see it, so he kind of shot it. Ended up being an air ball.
Osama with the 3, and the first non-Crocker-Johnson shot that goes in from 3. Osama, a little hesitation.
Cut.
Drop off to Tyson. What is it you said? He's quite the cutter. Receiving end after that cut to bring Minnesota within 5 at 30.
Almost book it all the time.
Here's Reynolds. Drive it inside, as he is wont to do, and he gets 2 more. It's a 3-point game.
And with that ball screen, Braden Smith gets the overload, and I just think Jakari Harris, you can get that whenever.
Oh, and it ends up in the hands of Clough down low on the ricochet. Look what I found. Crocker-Johnson deep 2, and it rolls home.
He's burned Purdue with the jumper.
It's Cade Tyson. Banging his way inside to the rim for 2.
That's by design. And I don't know why Purdue would go away from that at all.
They came right back up. They were really impressed, or Nico was really impressed, in the ability for Minnesota to stay with it, get good shots. He's very pleased with the shot selection thus far.
Can really cut off the ball, but when he's off the bounce, that's exactly what Purdue wants.
Smith for inside, open up the outside, and open up. Cox. That three will drop. Minnesota withstood one punch. Purdue had another one. And their largest lead of the night at 13.
Well, how about C.J. Cox there off the ball? Takes away the Cade Tyson cut, and then Braden Smith another steal.
Here's Lawyer on the run. Count the bucket and the foul.
To see something go down.
And an offensive rebound. Kaufman-Renn. Here's Lawyer's three. It's good. That was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was told there'd be no.
That's right.
But Clough inside with another easy two. Jacobson doing some work in the block. He gets the feed. Double shows. Back out to Cox for three. Kaufman-Renn, another offensive rebound. The putback won't go, but Jacobson there to clean it up.
And this is what you feared.
There's Smith. Lob to Jacobson, and the alley-oop flushed home. 21-0.
The post up, off the drive, out of pick and roll. They were going to throw it inside.
And finally, Minnesota cracks the seal. Leading scorer in the Big Ten tonight with just 7 points. Trey Kaufman-Renn. The paint points soaring right now for Purdue. Smith. Wow. Jacobson again.
That's the same exact play. I mean, you've got Kaufman-Renn. He's ducking in. He's occupying defenders.
Daniel Jacobson, after he missed essentially almost all of last season with that leg injury, he needed something this summer to build that confidence. Played on that USA Basketball U19 gold medal team that was coached by Tommy Lloyd of Arizona. A.J. DeBonsa, you could see how confident he is. Now in his game, he's gotten bigger and stronger.
I've seen Braden Smith do a ton of incredible things offensively, but just in terms of his defensive effort and the energy.
Crocker Johnson to work against Benter, clears some space and gets the two. 9-1 on the year. Smith turns, tough shot, and he made it look easy against Cade Tyson.
But understanding that when you jump stop, you can always get to your turnaround jumper. That's a dime.
That is a real nice feed and a good cut by Kai Shinholster.
When Minnesota,
first half, that's how they got back into this game. They skip into the corner. Harris's three is good. Jakari Harris on the assist.
Essentially, think about some of the changes that get made, because you're like, well, you can't take your team's opportunities away.
Correct.
It was a learning.
15 to shoot, under 7 to play in this one. Braden Smith zips the pass. Myers' three is good.
That's a big shot for Purdue, and certainly for Omar Meyer in general. He's been much better off the bounce, especially from two.
Good feed inside, and Osama fouled by Braden Smith. He'll have a chance.
These international
players,
let's say
and Lance Stevenson.
But that's where they haven't crossed that line yet. A player that has been drafted. He was drafted.
Bad example.
Yes.
Let's say an undrafted guy that went to the NBA and fizzles. Why can't
probably not going to happen? Somewhere, Lester Hudson is celebrating the fact that
he's rejoiced that hot. And Minnesota has played. They're on scholarship too, right?
Sure.
Like, it's not a disrespectful thing to them, but it is a question of you're coming off a disappointing loss.
15 to shoot for Benter. Murphy will try. Liam Murphy with the three. That's a big shot.
He's going to affect game, play to your advantage in the second half, and you get a nearly 30-point win.
And you end up plus 23 on the glass in this ball game. A battle on the boards. It was relatively even in the first half, but again, Purdue flexed its formidable muscle inside in a lot of ways in the second half.